In this video, I'm going to react to the 10 biggest freaks of nature currently in the NFL. And welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. This is the place where I react to music, media, sports, anime, anything related to popular culture. I'll watch it with an open mind and give you my 100% honest reaction to it. And if you could please hit that like button early, I'd really appreciate it. Now, this is going to be super interesting just because the NFL, as I've learned over the course of this channel, I've been reacting to NFL videos pretty much since this channel's inception. These guys really are the cream of the crop athletically in the USA. These guys are explosive, they're strong, they're fast to the limit. Like the times that these guys put up when they do the in the NFL draft for their 40-yard dash, you would think that a lot of these guys could have been like sprinters, like elite sprinters. And they're benching, I think they bench 225 in the draft. I think I've seen a guy do it like 30 reps or something like that. It was insane. So it makes you think, who is the best of the best? Who are the most athletic guys in the NFL? And that kind of question, for someone like me who doesn't really watch outside of, reacting to these videos, I don't really watch the NFL that much. It's hard for me to really gain that kind of insight because for you to really be able to separate guys like that, you're going to need to watch them week in, week out, know who's who, what kind of things they can do. So yeah, when I found this video, I was like, yeah, this is really going to tell me the story. It's going to at least tell me the creator of the video's opinion of the story. But for the kind of views that he's got and the feedback, I reckon it's pretty accurate. So let's go. This is going to be me reacting to the 10 most athletically gifted guys currently in the NFL. Let's do it.
The NFL is filled with the biggest, strongest, and fastest athletes in the world. We've become desensitized to the unexplainable things these guys do every weekend. To stand out among all that, well, it takes an absolute freak of nature. If anybody on this list can't make it in football, they might have a shot to make it in Space Jam as one of the Monstars. Here are the biggest freaks of nature in the NFL today.
All right, let's see it.
George Kittle. George Kittle is so much more than just the NFL's best blocking tight end. He's also one of the freakiest athletes we have in the NFL. He's skilled at everything, lightning quick, agile, a great receiver, a touchdown scoring machine, and he's almost impossible to bring down. He can even effortlessly jump and touch a 12-foot ceiling. Somehow, Kittle came from tight end to U, the University of Iowa, and was still overlooked by 32 teams, falling to the 5th round in the 2017 draft. At 6'4", 250, running a 4.5 40. Kittle's athleticism was on display early. In his second season, he broke the single-season tight end receiving record. The most impressive part of Kittle's record-breaking season was that he led all the players in the league with yards after the catch. He out-muscled, sped past, stiff-armed, and juked for 870 yards after the catch. Kittle's the friend you have that's just good at everything he tries. If your friend was the best tight end in the NFL. Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of this guy. Like people, the amount of times he's been suggested to me. Yeah, I probably need to react to this guy pretty soon.
And head and shoulders athletically superior to his opponents since he played at Buffalo University. Mack's long arm rush, as both a Raider and a Bear, shows off his ridiculous length and enormous power, chucking full-grown offensive linemen off their feet as he pummels the quarterback. With one arm, Mack recycled Tristan Wirfs after he already sacked the quarterback. Mack isn't into the finesse game. He'll just run straight through you, as he possesses the best bull rush in the NFL. On his first night with the Chicago Bears, Mack's thirst for quarterbacks and superhuman genes put on a show on Sunday Night Football. He snatched the ball right out of DeShone Kizer's hands for a strip sack. The very next drive, Mack caught an incredible interception and housed it. Khalil Mack's rare
multi-skilled, fair play,
brand of freak has become the cornerstone of the Bears franchise.
Dude. He is bloody swole.
Mack's rare brand of freak has become the cornerstone of the...
Look at the size of the guns, man. Not bad.
Bears franchise. Julio Jones. Julio Jones must have been in the league for so long that people have just become accustomed to his absurd abilities. Jones isn't talked about much among the best athletes in the NFL, when he clearly should be. It's like just because the Falcons lost the Super Bowl,
Yeah, the dude's shredded.
we all forget the catch that Julio made at the end of the game. You know, the one that only Julio Jones could make. Julio has been doing that since his days with Bama. At 6'3", 220 pounds, Jones is one of the most menacing
Lean
receivers
and mean.
ever. Julio combines size with 4.39 speed, making him a matchup nightmare. He's also a walking 100-yard game. No, literally. He averages 96 receiving yards a game in his career.
Wow.
Jones' catch radius makes him Matt Ryan's best friend. All you have to do is throw it near Julio's zip code, and he snags it. Julio is what happens when a 99 percentile athlete has all the skills to go along with it. You get a first-ballot Hall of Fame freak of nature, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, now this guy, he's probably, because I picked the Giants, I know. I picked the Giants as my NFL team. He's probably the only good thing, or like, let me know, like, is there anything to look forward to as a Giants fan? Because I think he's out injured. I'm not sure if he's come back yet, but I hear this guy is a big freak of nature.
Have you seen Saquon Barkley's quads? They're not just the size of tree trunks, they're the size of redwoods. You need the legs the size of Barkley to make 7 USC defenders miss on one play. In his time at Penn State, he not only became a legend on the football field, but also in the weight room, as he set the power clean record, throwing up 405 pounds, benched 225 pounds for 30 reps, and squatted 525 pounds for 5 reps. Barkley runs a 4.340 at 6 foot, 230 pounds. He can stop on a dime, blow past defenders, and even bring the truck stick. But his specialty is going over defenders. Those massive legs sprint right over tacklers as they hit Casper instead of Saquon, who speeds to the end zone. In his first season in New York, he had 2,000 scrimmage yards, a rookie record, and 15 touchdowns. But nobody talks about his second year, where he came back from a nasty high ankle sprain to have 1,400 scrimmage yards. If Saquon stays healthy, there's little to no doubt he will dominate the NFL. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is on this list for far different reasons than the others. Lamar is quite possibly one of the fastest players in the league.
Yeah, and the fact that he's like a running quarterback, isn't he? He runs the ball. Like, very unique. I think the only other quarterback quite similar to him was probably Michael Vick. Very unique that he runs the football so much.
Reportedly running a 4.3440 at Louisville back in 2017, and trying to tackle him is like trying to catch the wind. Jackson isn't a very strong player, but his ability to cut on a dime or spin out of tackles is second to none.
Elusive.
The Ravens have built their entire offense around Lamar Jackson's unique ability. Even when it looks like he should hand it off on the read option, Jackson pulls the ball and slithers past opponents with ease. Jackson's running style looks like it's being played at 2 times the speed, and everyone else is on normal time. To make matters worse for Ravens opponents, Jackson has a rocket arm that is pinpoint accurate when he's set. The only comparison to Jackson is Michael Vick, but Vick wasn't nearly as far along a passer at Jackson's age. In his MVP season, Lamar's abilities helped the Ravens become the greatest rushing offense in the history of football.
Wow,
When you put in
the greatest rushing defense in the history. Is that what he just said? What?
Lamar's abilities helped the Ravens become the greatest rushing offense in the history of football.
That's crazy.
When you put into perspective how much more prevalent running the ball was in the past, the Ravens obliterating the
Because he's only
all-time
been around for a couple of years, right?
rushing number is a testament to Lamar Jackson's absolutely freaky abilities. Tyreek Hill. You've probably heard the term track speed. Oh, he's got track speed on the football field. Well, how about gold medalist?
Mate, the dude is jacked, man.
Olympic speed.
God.
That is exactly
jacked.
what Tyreek Hill has. Hill is without a doubt the fastest player in the NFL, and arguably the fastest player the league has ever seen. Appropriately nicknamed the Cheetah, Hill chucks up the deuces as he pedals past the plane of the end zone and is a nightmare for defenses all over the league. In fact, NFL teams build their entire game plan around Hill's blazing speed. There's not a combine run to quantify his speed, but at his pro day in 2016, some scouts hand-timed him at 4.21 in the 40. Even when Tyreek doesn't have the ball, he's running fast. On an 84-yard Damian Williams touchdown run, he ran up to catch up and celebrate, clocking in at an amazing 22.81 miles an hour. You can visually see Hill running like everyone else is in slow motion, cruising by defenders trying to get the ball carrier. The way Tyreek Hill just zooms past some of the world's...
Jeez, man, he looks like a little ball of muscle. Did you see the way he came out there?
Slow motion, cruising by defenders trying to get the ball carrier. The way Tyreek Hill just zooms past some of the world's best athletes is simply jaw-dropping. Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is the most underappreciated freak in the NFL. A man at 270 pounds should not be leaping over other men and doing windmill dunks in his spare time. Garrett's explosiveness is unmatched on the line of scrimmage. He's long and strong. His first step dominates blockers and resets the line of scrimmage. While he's still developing as a defensive lineman, Garrett can get by on just his pure freak athleticism alone. He has arguably the fastest get-off of any D lineman in the league. And that comes from the inhuman power that allows him to box jump while holding a pair of 40-pound dumbbells. The explosive...
Jeez, that is explosivity right there. That is not easy to do.
Comes from the inhuman power that allows him to box jump while holding a pair of 40-pound dumbbells.
That's crazy.
The explosiveness of a 6'4", 270-pound man who runs a 4.4 in the 40 made him a unanimous first overall pick. And he's the last guy you'd want to meet in a dark alley. DK Metcalf. To show what kind of a monster DK Metcalf is, we have to start with the pre-combine pictures. Normal humans don't look like that. They just don't. If we look like that, we'd never wear a shirt either. But DK isn't just a 6'3", 228-pound behemoth with 5% body fat. He's one of the league's fastest receivers as well. He showed it with a 4.3 40.
To be honest, watching this just makes me want to hit a gym. Like, I've not been in a gym in like 5 years. I need to get back in the gym, especially after watching these guys.
Time at the combine, DK can just outrun defenders. If his speed isn't fast enough, his 40-inch vertical leap to jump over corners will do just the trick. And if you think you can just jam him at the line, well, good luck. Metcalf's 27 reps on the bench press is more than any receiver in recent history. Quite simply, DK Metcalf makes you believe in the unbelievable. Like maybe aliens are already here on Earth. He's the league's largest receiver, and when he's not running past defensive backs, he's hawking them down. Sorry, Buddha Baker. Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald was told before the draft he was too small to be an elite defensive lineman in the NFL. Opinions like that are why people get fired. Donald makes up for some slight size concerns by being built like Hercules and possessing the fastest feet in the NFL. He broke the 40-yard dash record for defensive tackles at a ridiculous 4.6. Yeah, you heard that right. 280 pounds, running a 4.6. But Donald's long-distance speed isn't even as impressive as his reaction speed. He darts and cuts through blockers like a knife through butter, obliterating plays, sometimes at the handoff. The old saying, if you can't block him, read him, doesn't really work on Aaron Donald
Mate,
either.
look at the size of his neck. Golly.
With the short area quickness of a running back, Donald somehow plays both sides of a read option run, changing direction if his first choice is wrong. Aaron Donald doesn't just have speed though, he has the ultimate combination of both speed and strength, considering he benches upward of 500 pounds and can lift grown men off the ground like children.
A 500-pound bench is like coming up to like elite powerlifting standards. That's a good number.
Part of Donald's pure freak ability is his certifiably insane workouts. He's even been seen improving his hand speed by dodging knives. Aaron Donald is the ultimate make you take a second look player in the league, and he's definitely the most valuable defender. Derrick Henry.
Yeah, this guy here. His stiff arm is ridiculous. Just like, get off me.
and anyone quite like Derrick Henry. He's a 6'4", 250-pound running back, larger than every linebacker, and not much smaller than most linemen. Not to mention, he runs a legitimate 4.5, so a guy that towers over defenders can also run faster than them. If Henry gets 4 to 5 steps going forward, it's like trying to stop a freight train. He's almost impossible to bring to the ground in the open field, and has arguably the greatest stiff arm in NFL history. Just ask Josh Norman or Earl Thomas, or anybody on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Henry's freakish ability has terrorized Jacksonville since he was in high school. Once you're done with this video, go look at Derrick Henry's high school football highlight tape. Henry only gets better as the game goes on, or maybe the opposing team just gets tired of tackling him. The defenders don't realize just how impossibly fast Henry is until he breaks away from them, and they don't realize how strong he is until they're flying through the air. Derrick Henry defies human physiology, and for that, he's one of the NFL's biggest freaks of nature. So, there you have it, the biggest, freakiest players in the NFL.
Yeah, as suspected, some real freaks, some real anomalies in the NFL. Yeah, just for example, Derrick Henry there, you know, being that size and still being able to run, what was it, a 4.3 they said? 40-yard dash. That's a lot of mass, like 250 pounds. Like most elite sprinters in the world are like 190, 200 tops. You know, I don't even think they touch 200. This guy outweighs them by like 60 pounds. And obviously he's not an elite world-class sprinter, but he's putting up very, very impressive numbers for a man his size. Yeah, the NFL, it would be really, really cool to see, you know, like some NFL players and some rugby players swap just temporarily, just to see if the natural athletic ability of the NFL guys could carry them through a rugby match. But yeah, there's some real freaks of nature in the NFL for sure. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, and keep throwing the recommendations my way. I know I say it all the time, but they genuinely help me out, because if I know you enjoyed watching something, I'll definitely enjoy reacting to it. So like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, keep throwing the recommendations, and I'll catch you in the next one.